You dribbles aren't very opportunistic. Because if you get about right here, once again, if you bail out too soon, you don't know if they would have been able to stop you. You don't know if this guy's going to stop you and keep you from getting a 9. You don't know if you would have hunted the paint, if all these guys would have gotten engaged and you couldn't have gotten this guy a 9. If you bail out of there too soon, you don't know. And a lot of times, like if you're watching a game on TV, you'll see a point guard do that and you'll hear the commentators say, oh, what a good smart play. He didn't have numbers, so he brought it back out of there. Well, I don't think that's a good smart play at all. It's definitely not very opportunistic. You got to probe that disorganized defense and be opportunistic. And also, if you do this U dribble, let's say you come down here and you bail out and you U dribble out of there, so now you got to wait for all your teammates to come down here and run your offense. Well, now what are you forced to take a bunch of? P dribbles. And you better believe if this is a good team, somebody's going to be all up in your stuff while you're trying to take all those P dribbles and get your teammates where they're supposed to be. But if you had taken it to the paint, picked the ball up, gotten tough with it, thrown it out to a teammate, and gone and gotten it, you could have just put it on your hip and P1 somebody, or you could have stayed tough with the ball and gotten people where they were supposed to be, and then you could have run your offense. So you want to avoid those U dribbles, and you should race it up the court as if you have numbers, even if you don't. But what about this? Let's say, because this is a common point guard problem, or it could be a common point guard problem. Let's say you decide, okay, I get it. I get it that the defense is disorganized. I get it that if I can race it up the court, there's a good chance I can probe that disorganized defense and find myself or one of my teammates a 7, 8, or a 9. But let's say something like this keeps happening to you. Let's say you race it up the court and you hunt the paint, and let's say you engage all 3 of these defenders, but your teammates are always slow coming down the court with you. I agree this is a problem. This is a point guard's problem. But I don't agree that the solution to this problem is to start to walk the ball up the court. What do you think might be a better, more opportunistic solution to this problem? What do you think? Okay, to get up, to get down the floor with you. She said reminders. First of all, let me go back to, she said get up with you, get down the floor with you. Here's the word that I like to use to describe that. You got to get your teammates to swoop with you. You want them to swoop down the court with you on a fast break. And let me make sure you understand what I mean by that word swoop, because you're probably going to hear it a lot tonight. To swoop means to sprint, but not just to sprint. It means to sprint and get somewhere dangerous. To sprint and get somewhere dangerous. And remember what that word dangerous meant. To get dangerous meant to get somewhere where if you receive a pass, you're a threat to score. Or since now we've talked about our shot selection scale, I can say it a little bit more precisely. To get dangerous means to get somewhere where if somebody throws you a pass, you're going to get yourself a 7, 8, or a 9 right off the pass. So you got to get your teammates to sprint with you, and you got to get them to sprint somewhere dangerous. And by the way, swooping is a skill. And have you ever played with one of those players, or maybe you've played against one of those players that they just always seem to be in the right place at the right time on a fast break. They just always seem to have a knack for getting easy layups on a fast break. And you just think, man, how did they get so lucky? They're always in the right place at the right time. Well, most of the time it's not luck. They're probably good swoopers. They probably make a habit to sprint as fast as they can, and they probably sprint places on the floor where they're dangerous, where if they do catch a pass, they're going to get something easy. So, yes, you've got to get your teammates to swoop with you. And JJ said give them reminders, and that's a good place to start. That's great. Let's say before the game, if this keeps occurring for you, if this is a common problem for you with your team, then, man, before every game, you should get your fastest guys together and say, hey, when we get an outlet pass or when we get a rebound, swoop with me, run with me. I'm looking for you. I'll get it to you. Or maybe there's a dead ball. Maybe the other team is shooting a free throw. Walk up to your wings and say, hey, man, next time we get the ball, swoop with me. Sprint. I'm looking for you. Sprint down there, get somewhere dangerous. I'll get it to you. So reminders are a great thing to do. You got to get your teammates to swoop with you. But probably the best way to get your teammates to swoop with you is to reward them every time they do. Reward them with the basketball every time they do. Because when you're the point guard and you're the person with the basketball, that's the gold. That's what everybody wants. So use that to reward your teammates when they do something that you want them to do, like swoop with you. If your teammates figure out that every time they sprint on a fast break and get somewhere dangerous, if they figure out that you're going to get them the ball and they're going to get an easy 2 points, those guys are going to sprint with you for the rest of their lives because everybody loves to score 2 points, especially easy ones like that. That's why those guys love playing with Steve Nash and Jason Kidd and point guards like that. Jason Kidd's teammates can be on defense and they can be dead tired, playing lazy defense because they think they're so tired, not really hustling, not really getting after it. But when they see Jason Kidd catch an outlet pass, or they see Jason Kidd pull down a rebound, man, all of a sudden they get a burst of energy from somewhere because they're sprinting down there to the other end because they know if they sprint down there and get somewhere dangerous, he's going to reward them. He's going to get them 2 points. So when your teammates start to learn that from you, they're going to swoop with you for the rest of their lives. So the solution to this problem is not to walk the ball up the court. You've got to get your teammates to swoop with you. One, by reminders, but more importantly than that, by rewarding them every time they do. And I've been talking a lot the last day or so about sure passes versus maybe passes. And I said, well, you never really want to throw a maybe pass. Maybe it'll get there, maybe it won't. You never really want to try to throw a difficult pass through a lot of people. But I can think of one exception to that. I can think of maybe one good time when a maybe pass might be justified. And that's in one of these situations. Let's say you got a teammate that's kind of lazy. They don't usually swoop with you. And you're having a hard time getting them to run with you. And let's say after you've been reminding them and reminding them and reminding them, let's say finally one game something unusual gets into them and they give you a great swoop. Man, you should be killing yourself trying to get that person the basketball, even if every now and then it takes a maybe pass through there. Because you got to let your teammates know that if they sprint with you, you're going to reward them with the basketball. So you got to get your guys to swoop with you.